Sometimes you just need a win.
Sometimes you just need a win, and sometimes that win is in the form of a bad romance book between two people who can't communicate. Copyright strike for that accurate cover of Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Raw.
No, you're gonna watch this and you're gonna be like, why did I invite Claire on the channels? You wanted a yap session and you got it. This is a stand-up routine for me. Cass is the audience.
And that's fine. If you live in Pittsburgh and you ever wanted a book from the library and it's not there, it's probably because Claire has it.
If they say the book is lost, it's not. It's at my house. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you like literary fiction, memoirs, essay collections, be sure to subscribe. It's what we do around here. Leave a comment below. I love to talk to everyone. And let's talk about the end of year book tag. What is it called?
That is it. I am out of a job now, actually.
Hire me.
Oh, I thought that
do your real spiel. You can't
no, that was it. That was exactly what I would have said.
I've watched the videos. I'm in the comments.
This is Claire.
I talk about books on the internet too.
She does, on Instagram. Go find her. Chaos Central Books.
Or don't, it's fine.
If you've ever watched one of my videos, you've probably heard me mention Claire because she's bestie and she reads too. So I thought we should question her today.
Being interrogated on the internet.
I'm really hot. I'm here with Claire, Chaos Central Books, and we're gonna do the end of the year book tag. And it's very full circle because this is actually the first video that I ever filmed on YouTube 1 year ago. It'll be 1 year ago exactly when this is posted.
That's pretty
It'll
wild.
be the official anniversary.
I'm honored to be here.
Do you want to tell the people anything about yourself?
I am a reader of books, but I'm also a hater of books. Forget your favorite artist, your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen. I'm your biggest hater's biggest hater. I wish I liked things more, but I don't.
But you don't.
I had to stop reading books because I was incapable of finding anything I liked enough to give 5 stars, and it was making me sad. So now I just go on vibes. If you check my Goodreads, it's a lot of reviews. Most of them are negative. And I wish I was different, but I'm not. So here we are.
I was gonna say I wish I was dead.
I don't wish I was dead. Things are fine. So happy, living life, loving life. Just not loving the books I read, which is something I would like to correct.
Please give Claire a recommendation of a book that she's not gonna hate. What are some books that you've liked?
Hard question. Hard question. The last book I actually gave 5 stars was Family Meal by Bryan Washington. I think.
When did you read?
In October of last year. Thanks for asking. And that's why I stopped rating books. That was the only book I gave 5 stars last year. It's the only one that deserved it, and that is the last book I truly wholeheartedly enjoyed. I also really like James by Percival Everett.
Good.
On the Booker short list, long list. Hope he wins.
We're very similar but very different.
Yeah, I think you read books that require...
I like.
Yes. You read books that you like. I read books that I think I will like that I don't. I also read more books by men. So all the people in Cass's comments were like, imagine a world where only women exist. I read them.
One man in my comments.
There's been one that I took personally. Who cares? Because for every book that Cass reads by a woman, I read 2 written by a man. So I was
gonna ask you what your Storygraph stats were, but I don't think that you use it.
I have tried to use Storygraph many times, and unfortunately, I am really bad at keeping up with multiple book apps. However, Fable's been really working for me. I'm trying to get Cass on the Fable train because they have a widget that keeps a tracker of the amount of days you read in a row, which is important for my little rat brain to see that I'm reading every day.
Okay.
It's kind of like Duolingo, but for reading. It's also like when Twitter was fun.
Twitter had a streak?
No, just nothing about streaks, but when you would post an update and people would it's only about book content though. It does make you rate your books, however. So if you see me assigning star ratings on Fable, ignore it because I don't mean it.
It's not true.
It's
She's
not
lying
true.
on the internet.
I'm just making up numbers. My coffee's all the way over there.
Do you want it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, do you need somewhere to put that now?
This was an issue I thought about.
Hold on.
You just passed me my coffee.
I feel like I'm not a crazy person now. I always worry that my neighbors are going to hear me in here talking to myself.
Oh, now we're just gabbing.
And now we're just chatting.
A yap sesh. I'm also you were wearing a sunny shirt in the first video. I'm wearing a sunny shirt now to keep it rolling.
So, if you've never seen one of these videos before, there's 8 questions about books that you want to read for the end of the year. And it's already the end of October. It'll be November when this video is posted. So
Hate
it's
that.
the end of the year.
Sorry.
Crazy how time passes. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And I'm going to let Claire go first.
This is a question targeted at me. I am a starter of books. I'm not a finisher of books. And in fact, Cass just roasted me for the amount of books I have on my Goodreads currently reading
7.
shelf, which was down from 8 as of this morning. We're making progress.
It's not okay.
It's better than it was. Okay? Progress, people, progress. The only book that I really need to finish this year is Intermezzo. This is my library copy, so you people know I didn't spend money on a hardcover, especially because I'm not enjoying it. And that's my hot take. I'm not enjoying Intermezzo.
Tell them, speak your truth.
I don't like how this book is written. This book doesn't want to be read by me specifically. It's frustrating. I thought I was gonna like this book because I don't like the way Sally Rooney writes women. And
There are women.
There are women in this book, but it's
There are also men.
about brothers. And unfortunately, hate the men. Which should be on me. I should never count on a man. Anyway, that's my spiel. I don't like Intermezzo, but I'm trying to push through. I've been reading this for a month. I got this library copy the day it came out from my library.
She's stealing from the people that might actually like it.
There are other copies in circulation. If you wanted it so bad, you would have gotten there first, okay?
I got the hardcover. I just think it's funny that you said, I think this is going to be my favorite Sally Rooney book.
I did.
And I said, I don't know if I'm going to like it that much. I gave it 5 stars.
I can't finish it. And that's a real role reversal that I'm not happy about. I literally spent all of September marathoning her other books, and I liked all of them more on the second read. So
Well, maybe I like this one more on the second read.
maybe
Once
2
you get
years
there.
from now, when I'm rereading this in anticipation of the next Sally Rooney, I'll like it. But for now, I hate it.
Mine is, I never know what this is called. As Consciousness is Harnessed to Flesh, Diaries 1964 to 1980 by Susan Sontag. I have been reading this since August. I am 158 pages in. It is 500 pages long. And I did the math. If I read 6 pages every day, I'll finish it by the end of the year. And as soon as I did that math, I stopped reading it.
So you're not going to read 6 pages every day?
I'm gonna try. Maybe if I do 12, I'll make up for the difference that I lost the past couple days. You know? It's literally just her diary. And a lot of it is indecipherable to me because it's the inner workings
Didn't
of
you
her
like
mind.
her other diaries?
The first one was a banger.
Because didn't you read it like at the beginning of last year?
I did, and it was really good. I think it was because like she was younger and it was very like she was narrating her life. You know, it was like,
What is she doing in this one?
it's like notes about like the books that she's writing,
Oh,
which I haven't read yet because I've only read her diaries.
I see.
So some of it is a little bit over my head, but I'm determined to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I just read a couple pages of it before I go to bed, and
At least 6.
yeah, eventually.
Does it
I
put
need
you
to
to
do that
sleep?
tonight. Yes, but I want to finish it.
Riveting review of Susan Sontag's work.
There are some parts of it. She'll say something, and I'm like, preach. I'm like, yeah, you know what's going on,
Preach.
Susan. You knew what was going on back in 1964. But then the rest of it, I'm like, this is just a list of like obscure French movies that I probably cannot see,
And will, yeah.
even though I'm learning French on Duolingo.
Leave a comment if you are also learning French on Duolingo.
Like and subscribe.
Like and
if you're
subscribe.
learning French on Duolingo. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll go first. I have this also chunky book. I'm really being bold in my
You're not a big book girl.
ambitions, not even a little bit, but we've got Our Evenings by Alan Hollinghurst. This was published on October 8th by Random House. I don't know why, but this book is giving fall to me.
I would say it's the color scheme.
I would say so too. It's a,
That's why it's giving fall to me, sorry.
no, I agree. And I think it's like this man's life story, and something about that just feels like fall.
I don't know how to interpret that.
It makes sense to me. I think just because it's really big and it's his life story, it just feels like a good book to cozy up with, and also the cover looks like autumn.
Autumnal even.
Some would say.
For me, the book that I tried to read as a transition was the book You Again. I don't know the author's name. I did read the book from yesterday into today. It is a very fall cover. It's supposed to be like a riff on When Harry Met Sally, which I haven't seen because I don't like movies.
I watched that a couple months ago. It was good. I liked it.
You liked
I think
it?
it made me cry.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And when I say a couple months ago, I'm pretty sure I mean June, actually.
Doesn't seem like a June movie to me.
No.
But again, I haven't seen it. You just watched it?
I just watched it.
And that's
sometimes I watch a movie in my house because you can do that. I don't know if
people just watch movies alone. I don't know. I only watch a movie when I'm forced to with somebody else. Cass has seen a movie I have not seen, which this book is riffing on. And I read the book. I did not like the book. Wasn't planning on liking the book. However, I just needed something quick.
That's where you have an issue.
I asked the people of Instagram. I needed a break from this because this is impossible to read for my little tiny pea brain. And I said, give me something mindless and fall. And people said, You Again. And I said, sure. Did I expect to like it? No. I expected to get through quickly, which I did. So success.
Sometimes you just need a win.
Sometimes you just need a win. And sometimes that win is in the form of a bad romance book between two people who can't communicate. Copyright strike for that accurate cover of Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Raw. Question number 3 is there a new release that you're still waiting for?
I am waiting to read them, but they are already out. Absolution by Jeff Vandermeer, which came out this week, so I'm not like super far behind. But FSG did send me a copy. I'm currently reading Acceptance. I'm on 3 of a trilogy. I'm bad at series, so the fact that I've been able to make it this far.
Major win.
Major win. Also, who would have thought? Sci-fi. Kind of a slay.
Maybe that's what you should get into.
Well, Sea of Tranquility is my favorite book. Plug for Emily St. John Mandel. And I think that is technically sci-fi, so that is why I've even attempted to get into sci-fi, but...
I think you should attempt harder. I think it'll fix you.
Attempt harder?
To get into sci-fi.
I read Dune. What else do they need? That's too hard.
We're different. You're both different.
Derogatory.
You read Dune. That's crazy. I have 3 that I'm waiting for still. I was just approved for all of these on NetGalley, so that's why I'm talking about them.
NetGalley slay.
Thank you, NetGalley. We have The Abandoner. That's not how you say that word. We have The Abandoners on Mothers and Monsters by Begoña Gomez Urzaiz.
Sure, that's the most cast title of a book I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. That is coming out on November 12th from W.W. Norton and Company. And then...
They should blacklist me. I've given too many of their books bad reviews. That's a me problem, not them. Sorry.
We have Life's Short, Talk Fast, which is a essay collection written by a bunch of different authors about Gilmore Girls, which I am on season 6.
You've really powered through.
I'm making my way through. So I want to finish Gilmore Girls, and then I want to read that. But it was edited by Anne Hood, and it's also out on November 12th from W.W. Norton and Company.
If you're on season 6, that means you have an opinion on all the men.
Mm-hmm.
And you're here to give a verdict.
I hate all of them except for Kirk.
Which is the most correct opinion, to be fair.
If you put me and Kirk in a room together, it would be over. I don't know. I don't like any of them. I think realistically, out of all of the love interests, if we're not going to include Kirk, Luke supremacy.
Correct opinions.
Yeah.
I think the issue is Rory Gilmore is the villain.
My 3rd book is Didion and Babitz by Lili, Anolik, which is out also November 12th. Big day for books from Scribner. What number are we on 4?
Yes.
Question number 4. Give it up for question number 4. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become a favorite of the year?
And why are you looking at me for this?
Because I don't know what you're gonna say. I would say, I think that Abandoners book might be a contender because it's kind of giving me like Art Monsters by Lauren Elkin. Seems like it talks about some of the same themes. That one wasn't like an absolute favorite, but I did really like it. So it's kind of giving that, and also Monsters by Claire Dederer.
Mm.
Who's to say?
Any book with monsters in the title.
Oh, also I have one other. I'm gonna reread Crying in H Mart, and I'm hoping that it remains a 5-star for me.
Recently, Seesop said he hated this book.
I'm coming for you, Seesop. I saw that.
Where Seesop stands.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Let me predict the next 5 years. What books could become a favorite for me? Really, if anything becomes a favorite, that is the surprise.
You haven't had a favorite all year.
I haven't had a favorite in a year, since October of last year. No, that's not true. I've read nonfiction that I enjoy, but I don't really rate nonfiction either because I feel like that's cheating. But Hanif's books, those have been good.
Hanif.
Hanif.
Shout out Hanif.
If I manage to read one of it, he has what's the Little
Devil
in America? If I manage to read that, that should probably be a favorite. I'm also
We can only hope.
We could only hope. If I don't like something Hanif writes, call somebody. Something's wrong.
You got into basketball because of him. I feel
Minnesota
like
Timberwolves. I am a fan. However, they just traded Kat, and I'm so sad. Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks is a personal affront to me and hanif abdurraqib. Do I know much about basketball? Look at her. She's shocked.
Why do you know this?
Because I'm tuned in, okay? I know too much about sports for anybody in my life. This is how they react. They don't care.
We can't.
I care.
We can't talk about the Miami
Ant
Dolphins.
and Kat should be on the same team forever. So if you're gonna separate them, get Ant to the Knicks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
A book that could surprise me and become a favorite is We Could Be Rats by Emily Austin. I'm currently reading an advanced copy from NetGalley. Thank you, NetGalley. And who the publisher is, I think it's Atria. If it's not, cut that. But I'm currently reading it. I'm reading it on the bus during my commute, and I'm flying through it. I'm really enjoying it, and it's making my 30, sometimes 45 minutes commute much better. Pittsburgh traffic, you gotta love it.
I think that that's gonna work for you. You love Emily Austin.
I do. She is my homegirl. I read Everybody in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, like, right when it was published, bought the hardcover, which I don't do.
Hold on. You bought 2 hardcovers.
I did buy 2 hardcovers.
Because... Where is she?
She's right there. 3rd book on the left.
Can't see. You bought 2 hardcovers at least because she annotated it for me for Christmas.
Because this book is so gorgeous that you should buy it for your friends as gifts.
It was great. I really liked it. I think that this was 5 stars for me too.
Yeah, I like the direction of this 3rd one more than I did the 2nd one, which I won in a Goodreads giveaway, if you can believe it. These are 2 winners of Goodreads giveaways.
Oh, I've won 2 Goodreads giveaways.
You've won 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
It happens. Keep entering. Eventually
Keep your hopes up, everybody. You too could be like us.
You too could have bad opinions on the internet.
The 5th. The 5th question
Math is our strong suit.
I think that plant is dying, and I really don't know what to do about it, by the way.
What's happening? Yeah, he looks so sad.
I don't know. He was happy for a long time.
You're like, question number 5. That plant's dying.
Are there only 6 questions? Question number 5 is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I'll go first since I made you go first last time.
That's not how it happened. You went first last time. Roll the tape.
I would like to read another poetry collection. I just read Dreamwork by Mary Oliver. I don't think that I think I said in my review, I don't have any like intellectual thoughts about it, but I liked it. It was fun.
That's fine.
So I want to read another one. I pulled out Bright Dead Things by Ada Limon.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I approve.
Love a painting cover.
Also has a French flap, sorry. Nobody talks about books the way we talk about books.
And it's
Look at
green.
that. That's gorgeous.
It's green. I love that.
More French flaps, less deckled edges.
So true. That's a hill we will both die on. So yeah, hopefully maybe this one, but just like a poetry collection. I think I have like 2 others on my shelf. So I have a couple options. I would also like to read Salvage by Dion Brand, which I have on NetGalley, which I think came out this month. I don't remember, but it's like an essay collection. Bookboy Troy read it and gave it 5 stars.
Okay,
so I requested it.
We trust Bookboy Troy.
So I want to read that one, and then I also want to read The Life of the Mind by Christine Smallwood because it's been on my bookshelf for a really long time, and you know who loved it? Jalen.
And we trust Jalen.
So I don't know. I saw it on my shelf, and it called my name.
Also gorgeous.
Also very pretty. Yeah. Kind of giving like Rachel Cusk. In a way,
I see that.
With the white. But yeah, those 3 for me.
Speaking of Rachel Cusk, one of the books I want to finish by the end of the year is Kudos, because I've read the other 2 of the Outline trilogy and just need to finish the trilogy before the end of the year. I was trying to do Summer of Cusk. It's now October.
I'm curious to see your thoughts on Cusk if you continue to read her books, because I feel like
I own Parade. I should continue.
I feel like you're going to be a Parade hater.
That's not really a shock or a hot take.
But like I'm scared for myself that you're gonna text me and be like, what the fuck is this?
It's like when I text you breaking news, I hate intermezzo. I would like to understand Cusk.
Me too. I think we all want to understand.
We all want to understand Rachel Cusk. It's kind of a cop-out, but I also want to finish intermezzo. But and the last one I want to finish is Model Home by I don't know the author's name. It's a green cover that the publisher also sent me. Thank you, FSG NCD.
I love to Google
River Solomon. I was gonna say that.
River Solomon. That was my guess too.
I am enjoying it. I read like 100 pages and then I stopped because that's kind of what I do with books, but I will finish it hopefully by the end of this week because it is spooky season.
Everyone follow Claire on Goodreads, and anytime you see her start a new book, leave her a hate comment.
And maybe I'll change. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll block you.
She probably won't even friend you in the first place.
I have enough friends, sorry.
What did Cole say to you that one time?
My brother texted me and he said, "Is Cash your only friend?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Is she your only good friend?" And I said, "Hey."
Hey.
I wanted to say I wanted to finish this one by the end of the year, but I haven't started it. But let the people know that Hogarth sent us both a copy. This is Cass's copy. We both own this. And I want to read it.
I'm reading it starting probably tomorrow.
Who knows when I'll get there? Maybe tomorrow.
One time me and Claire were at a bookstore together and we bought All About Love by Bell Hooks, and the guy said, "Oh, are you starting a book club?" And we said, well, that's basically what our friendship is, except for we don't read the same book at the same time.
No, we said we were going to read All About Love at the same time, and then one of us did and one of us didn't.
Can you guess who? It's probably not who you're thinking. Claire finished
I read the book.
I DNF'd it.
And
Claire
guess what?
finished
I
the
didn't
book.
like it.
That scared me off of it, to be honest with
Here's
you.
the thing. Bell Hooks. I actually love Bell Hooks. I've read other collections of hers. Her feminism writing, I think, is great. She loses me when she starts talking about angels. And I don't think that's a hot take. Anyway, we buy the same books often. We don't read them together.
Buddy read who?
But maybe we'll buddy read this. It's very gorgeous and very appropriate for the spooky season.
I think that we could count it as like a, what do they call it? Like whenever you do online classes and you don't have to be in class.
Asynchronous.
Like asynchronous buddy read.
Which is just reading. That's...
Question number 6, our final question. So sad. Wish
What
there
are they
were
going to
more.
do without us? Oh no, the video's ending.
No! Everyone's like, thank God.
They've skipped. Nobody's watching this. The final question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2025? Have you?
Me, personally, not really. I have a couple of rereads that I think I want to do, but I don't know that I'm going to do like the monthly vlogs for them because I think that stresses me out a little bit. Like with Sula that I just did, I feel like since I was trying to vlog about it, I was just like I felt too pressured.
Do you like get in your head about it?
I think so.
Is it the pressure to like have thoughts in the moment?
Probably. This is a good therapy session.
We're just talking things through.
I would like to reread, I think, the Living Autobiography series by Deborah Levy, as well as the Copenhagen trilogy by Tove Ditlevsen. They're both series of 3, so I'm like, that could get me through the first half of 2025. As far as
you're
like my
doing one a
reread
month?
quota.
You don't
I
want
think I
to.
want to continue that, yeah.
You don't want to like marathon through.
No.
I actually did read the Copenhagen trilogy. I borrowed from you. Liked it. I read
Shocking.
one of the Living Autobiography series.
You didn't like
it. In fact, hated it and swore off Deb Levy until Cass was like, she's like my favorite author. One of.
Well, yeah. We're on the rocks a little bit.
After
Depending.
the hot milk of it all.
No, hot milk good.
What? August Blue.
Hot milk good.
A child asking for more
August-
milk.
Other than that though, my plans for 2025, remember I said at the beginning of 2024 that I wanted to buy less books.
And how's that going?
I do feel like I kept it more in check.
We've made less trips.
Less trips. We haven't been to White Whale since August.
So true. And that was also a book purge because we got rid of a
we
ton
sold
of
books.
half-price books. So it evens out.
And I don't really like buy books online at all.
No, me
So it's like if I'm not going to the bookstore, I don't really get very many books. So I do feel like I got the book buying in check. I'd like to continue that. I've kind of gotten into a groove with the library. So also would like to continue on that.
Why are you laughing?
How many library holds do you have out?
Library holds? None. I just picked them up yesterday.
Well, whatever. You knew what I meant.
I returned 6 books to the library yesterday, so my loans are in check. However, at one point we were up to like 18, and that was.
Is that legal? How many books are you allowed to
Stop
have
me.
checked out of the library?
They would stop me.
One
if it
time
was-
I went to the library and I picked up one of the holds that came in for me, and he said, you have 8 out already. And I said, yeah, I know. Thanks.
And here's the thing, they've stopped communicating with me because at one point,
You've been excommunicated
no. I love the library and they love me because I give them my business. They're fine free. They shouldn't be fine free for me specifically because
Well,
intermezzo is overdue.
You beat the fine free allegations. You got a fine.
they will charge you for the book if you don't return it fast enough because they assume it is lost and they put a hold on your account. However, if you then return the book, hold goes away. That has happened to me many a times.
Yeah.
Because I will have a book out for months when other people want it and they're in line. And I say, no, my turn.
If you live in Pittsburgh and you ever wanted a book from the library and it's not there, it's probably because Claire has it.
If they say the book is lost, it's not my house.
My last goal that I have planned for 2025 so far is that I would like to stay on top of the arcs that I get sent from publishers and that I request on NetGalley. I try to do a really good job with NetGalley since I actively request those, but I do want to be better about ones that just get like sent to me as well.
That is also part of my goal. I'm not as good with NetGalley. I do be requesting with abandon. Should be better about that. My NetGalley ratio.
I'm surprised they're still approving you.
I would also like to stay on top of the arcs that publishers send me. These being 2 of them, which were sent to both of us again. She just won the Nobel Prize in Literature.
Yeah.
Have not read anything by her.
I read Greek lessons. I liked it.
Do you own it?
I do.
Should I borrow it?
No, because I don't think that you need any more books. Read this one. Read this one.
But I feel like I shouldn't start with this one. Because it's not on sale until 2025. Everybody likes The Vegetarian.
2025 is like next month. I haven't read The Vegetarian.
Don't say that. That's so foul. 2025 is like next month. Disgusting. This one I'm really excited about. I actually applied for the ARC on NetGalley before they sent this to me. Last year I said I was going to not check out more than 1 book at the library at a time. Clearly I failed at that. And what else? Oh, like just working on my physical TBR as always. Unfortunately,
You're not doing that either.
I've read over 100 books this year and my TBR has only expanded. Not because I'm like buying a ton of books, but like either the publishers send me stuff or I'm only reading books from the library. I just like cannot keep up with it.
Yeah.
My shelf is out of control.
My question for you that is not in this tag, but I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on lists? Like the Booker?
Oh, I unfortunately... You're laughing already. I haven't said anything. I attempt the Booker every year. I've been doing... This is my 3rd year attempting it because the first year I did, I read The Trees by Percival Everett, became a favorite, really loved that book, kind of shaped who I am as a current reader. And so I try it every year and I always find something that I like.
I have something to say. If it shaped who you are as a current reader, that
for the worse?
No, that probably means that you should have hated that book.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like...
No, I feel you.
It has steered me in a way where I'm trying to find more books like that.
So if you have any recommendations that are like similar to Percival Everett, let us know. Claire's in my comments. She'll see.
Oh, I see everything. Don't even worry.
She's got eyes on the comment
Sometimes
section.
I come back to the videos just to see what the comments are saying. After I've already left my flurry of comments.
That's dedication. Thank you.
#1 fan.
Appreciate it.
But last year on the Booker list was The Bee Sting, which is probably my favorite of the books. I didn't even read the winner of the past 2 years. I don't think. I don't even know what won last year.
I don't know anything about any of those things.
No, but I really liked The Bee Sting, and nobody I know in real life has read it. My friend Maddie is currently reading it.
I like that I entered a Goodreads giveaway for The Bee Sting, and you sent me a screenshot of it, and you said, I'll just buy you this book.
I want everyone I know to read the book.
Well, I didn't win the giveaway, and you didn't buy me the book.
Wait till Christmas. My God.
Okay.
We get each other books every year for either birthday or Christmas, but we have to send wish lists because we both own 1 million books.
It's impossible to know who has what.
If you try to buy me a book, like...
I tried to buy you a book.
Without doing research first. Like, you can't just, like... Because odds are we probably already own it. But we're talking about the prizes.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about them I don't have any interest in, like, keeping up with that, and I don't know why that is. I don't have a smart answer for it. I just don't care.
Because I feel like the books you're reading are already smart enough that you don't need to rely on a prize. I read trash. Like, clearly. Like, I'm not reading the right books that bring me enjoyment, so I'm looking to external sources to tell me what I should be reading. Which doesn't always steer me in the right direction, but sometimes it does. And when it does, I feel like I've really won. Of the Booker list this year, I've really enjoyed James, which I read before it was nominated because it's Percival Everett.
She's early to the party.
They gave me a NetGalley digital arc.
Nice.
I think it's Doubleday. Thank you, Doubleday.
Thanks, Doubleday.
And if it's not Doubleday, cut that.
Me aggressively reachecking everything that you say in this video.
Spreading misinformation on the internet. What other ones have I read? I've been really slacking on the Booker.
I don't even know Oh, the one that I do want to read from the Booker this year was The Safekeep. I have a hold
I picked
on
that up from the library yesterday.
Okay, well, you need to return it so that I can read it.
I got it
because
yesterday. Give me a minute.
I've been waiting for my hold to come in on it, and it hasn't yet.
Because I wasn't able to get a digital copy because they're like, it's lost or something. I don't know. The digital copies are...
How do you lose a digital copy of a book?
So, do you know that, like, the TikTokers are scammers, and they're like, if you download something on your Kindle and you put your Kindle on airplane mode, it won't return it. But I think if they... I'm not a copyright expert, but like if you don't return the copy, I do think like they don't have access to it anymore.
That's weird. That feels like it shouldn't be allowed to happen. But I guess that makes sense because they have to like pay for like the licenses or whatever.
Yeah, actually digital copyright is kind of crazy. This is my legal, you can cut all this out.
Claire's a lawyer.
Not a lawyer.
Claire's gonna be a lawyer.
But the copyright space with digital lending in particular has been really murky as of late, and at least the Carnegie Library, I don't know if all of them, but they have changed their policies on digital loans. They've limited the number of like holds you can put. It went from like 20 to 10, and they also limited, I think, the number of loans you can take out because they're paying more for the digital loans than the physical ones, and it's costing them money, and copyright's not keeping up. So
that's crazy.
That is crazy. Nobody cares.
I care. I think that was interesting.
What's the best book you've read this year?
This year? Hold on.
Checking the shelf. I hate when people meet me and I tell them I read books. They're like, what's the best book you've read recently? And then imagine asking that to me.
I was talking to my cousin at that wedding. He said, "Oh, like what's an interesting book you've read recently?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know anything about a book."
I like pull up my Goodreads and I scroll through and I'm like, well...
if you actually want me to answer this question, I have to look.
Okay. I can wait.
I will say I have rated less 5 stars this year.
Yeah, you've been conservative.
Yeah, well, only in that regard.
Conservative with her 5-star ratings.
That's. I really haven't given many 5 stars. I'm gonna say the craziest and like probably the most interesting book that I've read this year was My Death by Lisa Tuttle. It was so nuts to me that I immediately started rereading it after I finished it.
And that is a NERB.
That is a NERB.
Should we do NERB November? I had to relocate my NERBs from my TBR shelf to a separate shelf because there wasn't enough room.
We can do NERB November 2025.
That's not a real year.
I got other stuff going on in November. I got a stack here.
I have finals in November. What book do you think I should read to surprise myself this year? If you had to recommend me a book, you're telling them to recommend me a book. You recommend me a book.
If I had to give you a book to read, I think that you should read the First Love essay collection.
Oh,
I think that you would like it.
I love an essay collection.
And it's short and quick.
My experience with nonfiction has been better than my experience with fiction.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is for you.
I don't know either. I used to be not a happy person. I'm happier now than I was. I'm an unhappy reader.
Maybe it's because you're a happier person now.
So I should go back to being miserable and depressed, and then suddenly literature is fun again.
I mean, honestly, I think that kind of checks out. I don't want that for you, though.
If I had to choose being happy or liking reading, I will choose being happy.
Is it the internet? Is the internet the problem?
No, because even like the first year I was on the internet talking about books, I was having a fun time.
But like now that you've been on it for a while,
I'm too online.
Are you jaded?
I feel like I've been jaded all my life. I don't know. That's a good question. I do think that being online makes me more critical, but not necessarily in a bad way. I like critiquing things, and I think there's value in...
You could be the next Susan Sontag.
And I don't deserve that.
Forget law school, go into criticism.
And it's crazy that you say that to me now, when I'm approaching the end of law school. I can still be critical and be a lawyer. Both are true.
I think that goes hand in hand, actually.
Yeah, law school has actually made me more confrontational and meaner, so...
Call us right now. We're waiting. We're standing by. We're standing by for your call. Please tell Claire how she can read better.
How do I become a better reader? But if you had me take an AR test now, watch out. I would crush an AR test.
Maybe that would fix you.
If I had to take a test after I read
take an AR test,
I would finish a book quicker because there's a test at the end.
Do people still do those?
I don't know.
If you have children. Oh, well.
You're saying if you have children. I'm saying if you are a child. I've been really slacking on my YouTube game.
Oh, me too. My watch later, full.
I just cleared mine out today. I'm so sorry if you've posted anything in the last 4 months. It's been sitting in my watch later and I deleted it all today. The only thing in my watch later right now are 2 live performances of Fall Out Boy and 1 of Panic at the Disco, because that's how unwell I am. Where I'm
and I think that we should watch those.
Do you want to watch Panic at the Disco circa 2016? Yeah. We did indeed watch Panic at the Disco live. As God intended. Circa 2016, important.
Alright, is there anything else we need to touch on here?
I think we have said everything that could possibly be said. Thank you for having me on your channel.
Where can the people find you?
The people can find me on... I was literally like, what's the app I use? Goodreads. They can find me on Goodreads. I talk a lot of smack on Goodreads, unfortunately. I don't like Goodreads, but I have had it since I was a child, so. They can also find me on Instagram at Chaos Central Books. I don't like my username, but I've had it for way too long.
You don't like it?
No, because I was trying to do a thing like, this is Chaos Central, which I do think I live up to. My reading life.
Oh, yeah.
I talk about books on Instagram, and occasionally I'll post a photo. I've gotten less bad because, or I've gotten bad at it. I post less because life is busy.
So true. One day she's gonna be a lawyer, so if you ever need any legal help, call her.
That's not, no.